Welcome to Module 3, Capabilities and Foundations of AI Products. In this module, we're going to dive into the technical foundations that you need to understand to effectively manage AI products. As an AI product manager, understanding these items is crucial because it's going to be how you bridge the gap between our technical teams and the business teams. We're going to focus on two of the many branches of AI, machine learning and generative AI. These branches are among the most impactful and relevant for AI product managers today. You're going to learn what makes each of these technologies unique, how they work, and how they can be applied to solve real-world problems. By the end of this module, you'll not only understand the capabilities of these AI technologies, but also how to guide your teams in leveraging them to deliver innovative and measurable outcomes. So let's get started and explore the exciting world of the different AI capabilities. AI is a broad and dynamic field, and it encompasses several branches, each with unique capabilities and applications. As an AI product manager, it's going to be essential to understand each of these branches and to identify which technologies best solve the specific problems that you're working on. So here's an overview of the 6 main branches of AI. First, we have machine learning. This is the backbone of most AI applications. Machine learning focuses on building models that learn from data. This branch powers predictive analytics, recommendation engines, and things like this. Natural language processing, or NLP, enables machines to understand, interpret, and respond to human language. We see this today in things such as chatbots to sentiment analysis, and this branch plays a crucial role in conversational AI. Third, we have vision. AI vision systems process and analyze visual data, such as images and videos, and applications include object detection, facial recognition, and autonomous vehicles. Then we have speech. This branch focuses on recognizing and synthesizing speech. There's voice assistants and speech-to-text tools that are examples of this technology in action. Then we have generative AI. It's one of the most exciting and transformative branches. Generative AI uses techniques like transformers to create new content, from text and images to even computer code. And finally, we have autonomous systems and decision-making. This branch involves specialized systems that can make decisions and act autonomously, such as robotics and supply chain optimization. Now, in this module, we're going to focus primarily on machine learning and generative AI, as these are the most relevant and impactful areas for product managers today. So let's explore how these branches work and what makes them unique. Machine learning is one of the foundational branches of AI and forms the core of many AI products. It's important to understand the 3 primary types of machine learning, how they differ, and their typical applications. So let's start first with supervised learning. This is one of the most commonly used types of machine learning, and it's foundational to many AI applications. So let's break it down a little bit further. How does it work? Supervised learning relies on labeled data. Each input in the dataset has a corresponding output, which acts as the label. The model is able to learn by mapping the inputs to the outputs, enabling it to make predictions on new, unseen data. This is used then especially when you have a well-defined problem and a robust dataset with clear labels. As an AI product manager, understanding this application and limitations of supervised learning helps you identify opportunities to use it effectively in your products. Now, unsupervised learning does the exact opposite. It's an approach used when labeled data is unavailable. Instead of relying on pre-existing labels, the model identifies patterns and structures within the data on its own. Now, how does this work? It focuses on finding hidden patterns or groupings in the data. It works independently to analyze the data and uncover relationships. Unsupervised learning is ideal for exploratory analysis and discovering insights in large unstructured data sets. So as an AI product manager, you'll often collaborate with data scientists and use these techniques for insights that guide the product strategy and design. Now, a third type of machine learning is reinforcement learning. It's unique and dynamic. It's designed to train models and make decisions and take actions in an environment to maximize what's called a reward. So in reinforcement learning, an agent interacts with the environment by taking an action and then receiving the feedback in the form of rewards or penalties. Over time, the model learns to make optimal decisions to achieve the desired outcome. Now, it excels in scenarios where decision making is sequential, dynamic, and requires adaptability. So, as an AI product manager, you need to understand when and how to leverage reinforcement learning when you're leading your teams in developing groundbreaking solutions. Now, each type of machine learning serves a unique purpose, and choosing the right approach depends on the problem you're solving and the available data. Now, while the data scientist acting as a product designer is going to most likely make these choices, as an AI product manager, understanding these basic concepts is going to help you to collaborate effectively with them and guide overall team decision making. Generative AI is one of the most transformative and rapidly evolving branches of artificial intelligence. Unlike traditional AI models that focus on predicting or classifying data, generative AI creates entirely new content, such as text, images, videos, or even music. So how does it work? Generative AI models learn patterns in the data that they're trained on. Then they use that information to produce their outputs. For example, a text-based model like a GPT can generate coherent articles, while an image model like DALL-E can create realistic artwork from textual descriptions. Now, some of the key characteristics of generative AI is first creativity. It tends to mimic human creativity by generating unique and new outputs. It has awareness of the context. They use this to produce relevant and coherent results. And third, adaptability. The generative AI general models can be fine-tuned for specific use cases, such as creating product descriptions or designing marketing materials or even coding. Now let's talk about a couple of the applications. We mentioned text generation. So tools like ChatGPT can generate human-like text for content creation, customer support, and other applications. For image and video creation, we use models like Stable Diffusion or DALL-E to create visuals for design, advertising, and entertainment. And AI models like GitHub Copilot assist developers in code generation by generating snippets based on prompts and previous history. Generative AI is rapidly growing and reshaping industries, and it's creating new opportunities for innovation. So as an AI product manager, understanding the capabilities, but also the limitations of generative AI will help you identify use cases and then guide your team in leveraging this technology effectively. One of the most important things to remember is that the output from generative AI is probabilistic. It's not deterministic like most tools you've worked on, and it requires a totally different approach from traditional product management. You need to determine the level of confidence or acceptability of deviation in the probabilistic result that you're getting, and once that's achieved, then you're able to move forward with your product. The transformer architecture was a groundbreaking advancement in AI. It was introduced in Google's 2017 paper entitled, "Attention is All You Need." This architecture has revolutionized the field of AI by enabling models to understand and generate contextually rich and coherent outputs. So here's how it stands out. Think about if you were learning a language. One thing you could do is study all the grammar, vocabulary, and rules and try to determine based on the words before it what word should come next. This is typically what happens if you're in a college-level language class. But another way to take a look at this is with some of the modern language learning ways. Take in a lot of content, learn the language patterns, and analyze the whole sentence, and you're going to very quickly be able to predict what pattern should come next based on those learnings. And this is how the transformer architecture works. Now, the first thing is the concept of attention. Now, traditional AI models, especially in natural language processing in the past, they relied heavily on sequential processing methods. Transformers address this challenge with the attention mechanism. It allows the model to focus on specific parts of the input data while processing. For example, in a long sentence, the model can prioritize certain words or phrases that are more relevant to the understanding and meaning of what's being communicated. The way that transformers work first is self-attention. This enables the model to weigh the importance of each word in a sentence relative to the others. And then it also has parallel processing. Unlike other networks, transformers process all input data simultaneously. This not only makes them faster, it makes them more scalable. And then finally, we have the encoder-decoder framework. The encoder processes the input data. The decoder generates the output. And this enables tasks like translation or text generation to happen between input and then output. Now let's talk about some of the applications. With the generative AI models, transformer power models like GPT are used for text generation and DALL-E for image generation. Also, we have NLP tasks for sentiment analysis, machine translation, and summarization. And now we have multimodal models. They combine input of images, text, even video for tasks like creating captions or understanding the visual context of what's going on. The introduction of transformers has not only enhanced the capabilities of AI systems, but it's expanded their potential applications. Now, as an AI product manager, understanding the core way that these transformer models work and their impact is once again going to help you guide your teams in leveraging these models to create innovative solutions. As an AI product manager, your success depends on your ability to bridge the gap between business objectives and the technical intricacies of AI. Building expertise in AI requires continuous learning because the field is expanding so fast, and a commitment to understanding the specific branch of AI that you're working with. Now, here are a few key areas to focus on. First, deep dive into your AI branch. Whether you're working on machine learning, generative AI, NLP, vision, or another branch, it's essential that you understand the core algorithms, methodologies, and tools involved. For example, in machine learning, familiarize yourself with regression, clustering, and reinforcement learning techniques. In generative AI, learn about transformers, embeddings, and prompt engineering. Also, collaborate with experts. While you're not going to need to do the work of a data scientist, in order to effectively communicate with technical teams, you're going to need to understand the core AI concepts. It's going to allow you to ask the right questions, evaluate feasibility, challenge decisions that are being made, and ensure alignment with the business goals. You're also going to need to continuously learn. AI is evolving rapidly, so staying updated on advancements is critical. Read industry white papers, attend conferences, and experiment with tools. Also, be proactive in addressing concerns like bias, transparency, and fairness, because ethics and responsibility of AI is especially the responsibility of the AI product manager. Your role includes ensuring that the solutions are not only effective, but trustworthy and compliant. Building expertise in AI isn't about mastering everything, but it is about having a deep enough understanding to make informed decisions, guide your team effectively, and advocate for your product's value and viability. By investing in your growth, you're not only going to excel in your role, but also open doors to new opportunities in this ever-changing field of AI. Congratulations on completing Module 3, the capabilities and foundations of AI products. Let's take a moment to recap the key concepts that we explored. First, we introduced the main branches of AI, with a deep dive into machine learning and generative AI. For machine learning, we covered supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement learning, including their algorithms and applications. For generative AI, we learned about the potential of generative AI, the unique capabilities of the transformer architecture, and the tools and techniques that make it possible. Then we emphasized the importance of understanding the specific AI branch you're working in and continuously learning to stay ahead in the evolving AI landscape. Now, with these insights, you're going to have a strong understanding of the technical capabilities that underpin your AI products. These foundations will not only help you collaborate effectively with your teams, but will guide you in delivering innovative and impactful solutions.